Hi, ladies. How are you today? I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. Facebook was just giving me some technical issues. I hate when they do that, right? Technical issues are just so frustrating. Um, so I hope you're having a good Monday. It is raining over here in New York. But just because it's raining, that doesn't mean it can't be a fabulous day. So we are going to jump right in and we are going to be talking about networking online today. So I am having some IT issues, but we are so originally I was gonna be pulling up a PowerPoint presentation that I had done in Canva, but I'm gonna share it right from my Canva profile because Facebook is just not cooperating, and this is what's working. So I want to thank a couple of really, really fabulous people that agreed to take part in this presentation today. One is Janine Henwood of the VA Finishing School. If you aren't in her group already, I definitely urge you to be a part of her group because it's absolutely fabulous. She gives a ton of free information. And in addition to that, she also has things that you can purchase, such as documents, templates that you can purchase. She has an online school, and I have all of her information right here. And there's a couple of other people I'm going to give shout outs to as well, but we'll just jump right into the presentation. And as we come across those fabulous individuals, I will give them a shout out. So we're going to be talking about networking online today. And I know networking online, it sounds great, but once you get into it, it can be a little overwhelming because it's kind of like, okay, what do I do here? There's so many rules in all of these groups. I want people to know about the services or the products that I offer, but how do I actually communicate and engage and, actually connect with other people and get them either as potential customers or clients for me? So I wanted to give actual examples rather than just talking about what you should do. I thought that giving actual examples would be, just a lot more helpful. So let's use Janine as our first example. So Janine, as I mentioned, she's the owner of the VA Finishing School, and there's two things that I want to point out about her post. So here's an example post that she has. It says Goals Monday. And so in the description of her post, it says, it's that time of the week again, time to get some goals. Goals help us achieve. So go ahead and drop your number one goal for the week in the comments below. So this is a fabulous, fabulous post. One, because anytime you go through Janine's posts, you automatically know that it's Janine's post by how she curates all of her posts. You can tell by the design. So when I'm scrolling through my feed, I don't even have to look at who it is. I automatically know this is Janine's post without even looking, because every single, week she's using, similar something that looks similar. If we scroll down here, she has Tuesday tips. It has the same type of design, the same type of theme going on. So you get to know that person. Even if you don't know them, you're getting to know them, and you automatically start associating these similar images, similar themes in with one person. And that's what you want to do. So you definitely want to make sure that you're having if you're curating your own posts, you want to have a specific theme going on. So don't just use, all different backgrounds and all different, fonts and all of the options that are available to you in Canva and other things, it's actually so much easier and less time consuming to really figure out what your design preference is and then just sticking to it. Because then it makes it so much easier, so much faster, and then people actually get to know you. So that's one thing that I wanted to point out about Janine's post, is that you really do know her brand. Her brand just really stands out. The second thing that I want to show is that she's prompting people to comment below. So she's giving you a question, she's wanting answers from you, and it's a way for you to be engaging with her, but she's not selling any of her products. But I guarantee if you continue commenting on this, there's going to be a ton of engagement on this post. After a while, I'm positive that people are probably going to say, oh, you know what? That one post that I did see Janine post about, her templates and her online school, you know what? Let me go check that out, because she does all of these posts and she's not shoving information down my throat. So that is what I wanted to point out with Janine's post. I have another example right here. It says Tuesday tips. Have you heard a hot business tip recently? Share it with the group. So she's getting her entire group to engage with each other. She's able to actually get to know her group members because she's prompting individuals to respond below. So that's just a great way for her to increase her engagement, but also increase, ultimate customers and sales and things like that. And you would never know it looking at these posts and say, oh, it's so salesy. This has nothing to do with sales, but she's coming across in just a great manner. She's letting you know how fabulous she is when it comes to social media, when it comes to curating posts and all of that stuff. So you want to know more about her. And if you would like to know more about her, her website is right here and her Facebook group is right here in case you'd like to learn a little bit more information about her. And then at the end of this presentation, in the comments of this video, I'll also put her information as well as everyone else's that I am mentioning in this video. So the next person I want to mention is Beth Hass from Hess Virtual Consulting. Her information is right here, her email and her website. And she is a fantastic virtual assistant. So if anybody is in need of a VA, I believe she might have a spot open, but I'm not positive. But she might have a spot open. So if you are interested, she's a fabulous person to reach out to. And she had posted this a few weeks ago, and I just loved this post from her. The reason why is because first, you're looking at this image and it says dreaming of a weekend, but drowning in work. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, yes. And so then my favorite part of this is in the actual description of this post, she says, want to get away? So automatically you're engaged, you're being drawn in, and you're like, yeah, I want to get away. Yes, I want to be on like a boat somewhere or on a fabulous vacation. And so she says, are you getting ready to start living the life you've been working towards, but just can't seem to find help? And in my head, I'm answering yes. Then she says, do you find yourself moving work around because you find everything needs your attention at once? It might be time to hire some help. A virtual administrative consultant could be just what you need to handle the tasks that take up your day. And then she goes on to into her specifics of how she can actually help you. And I thought that this was such a fabulous post because she's not just throwing her information out there. Okay, she's not just saying, "Hey, I'm a virtual assistant. I need another client, contact me. This is my number, this is my email, blah 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 blah." No, she's drawing you in. She's asking you a question that is relatable, and people, most likely, most people that are looking at this post are going to agree with this post. They're going to say, yeah, I'm dreaming of a weekend, but drowning in work. And it's drawing them in so that they actually read what she has to say. They actually want to follow what she's putting out there. So great job, Beth. Definitely take some tips from that. So the last person that I'm going to mention before I go into my do's and don'ts is Taryn LaRue of Taryn LaRue Design Studio. She is fantastic. So she is a social media manager. She is really, really great and knowledgeable when it comes to Pinterest. And she actually has a specific Facebook group that she recently started called Pinning and Winning with Taryn LaRue. And so I'm in that group. I definitely recommend, if you're interested in learning about Pinterest, or you already know about it but would like just a little bit more information and tips and tricks and all of those types of things, I would definitely recommend hopping in there because she's great. Her website is also really, really fabulous. You can tell that she's excellent with design. So if you are in need of a designer, or a social media manager, I would definitely reach out to her. I think she's great. But I wanted to just share some posts with you that she's done that I thought were really great. So in her group, she's posted Saturday, weekly intention check, planning the week ahead. So one, you can tell that she took a little time to put this together, and you can tell from looking at it, she's a great designer. She knows what she's doing. And so she says, yes, it's Sunday. Yes, I fell behind. Yes, I'm a terrible procrastinator and it affects my deadlines from time to time. Yes, I'm ready for a new week in this brand new month. What are you planning on staying this week? Or what are you planning on slaying this week? Sorry. So a couple of things with this post. One, she's being so relatable. She's not just throwing her information at you. She's being relatable. So you're like, oh, yes, I didn't reach my goals this week either, but I want to get back on track. I want to reach them. So she's kind of, putting it out there too. Hey, we're all having a hard time here. We're all trying our best. So I love that. And then she's prompting you to say something. So she's able to connect with her audience. Another one that she did is a post, the more you are in a state of gratitude, the more you attract things to be grateful for. So she's not saying anything about her services here. She's not saying, hey, I would love another client. Hey, this is how much I charge. This is a package I have. She's literally prompting you just to talk about what you're grateful for. So you are developing a relationship with her and her brand by doing that. So that is great. So those are just some really good examples to use when you are putting content out there, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, whatever it is. All of your content that you're putting out there shouldn't just be, these are my packages, these are my services, these are, the products that I'm selling. Because if you're doing that, nobody's going to want to listen to you. No one's going to want to look at what you're posting. So let's hop on in and go through a couple of the do's and don'ts of best practices of what to do versus what not to do. So posts prompting you to share your page, links, or freebies. So a lot of times in groups, you will see people say, hey, like post your freebies or post your Facebook business page link or Instagram link, whatever it is. And they're prompting everybody in the group to do that. Okay, that's great. But there's a couple of don'ts that you should be thinking about when you're doing this. And I see this all the time with people. So people don't want to take the time. So instead, they just post the link and keep it moving. And that is probably one of the worst things that you could do because, one, you're not giving any information on what your services are or what your product is. So if I'm scrolling through 180 comments with all different links, I'm not going to click on every single one of them. I don't have time for that. But if I see a really tiny, one sentence line of a description of what this business page is about or what this person does, then I'm going to click into it because now you have my interest. Now this somehow might relate to me. And I'm not going to click on every single one, but the ones that actually touch to what I'm interested in, I will. But I need to actually know what it is you do. So one, post a description along with your link. Just a one-liner of what you do, what your business page is about, what am I going to get from liking your page or being friends with you, whatever it is. Another big mistake is not liking anyone else's links. So posting your information and then that's it, and not ever checking back. That's not going to get you any likes on your business page or, new friend requests or whatever it is you're looking for. So what you want to do is after you post your description along with your link, you want to go back through. And for those individuals that have also posted those descriptions of what they do, and you think, oh, hey, this person might be a really good connection for me, or I'm interested in learning more about them. Maybe you are a virtual assistant, but you don't provide social media services, but you'd love to either learn more about it or maybe connect with another social media manager so that maybe you guys can team up in the future and refer clients to each other. There's a multitude of different ways that you can collaborate with people. So what I usually do is I go through and see if there is anyone that I'm actually either interested in connecting with or learning more about. And then I right then and there, I like what their link and their comment, and then I like their page or send them a friend request, and then I comment and I say, hey, I just liked your page, or hey, like I just sent you a Facebook request, can't wait to connect. So just taking maybe like 15 minutes and doing that. And you can do it anytime. Like that's something so fast and easy that you can do, 10 minutes at night instead of, watching TV. Just do that really fast, a couple of times a week. Or, the kids, you have them doing a quiet time activity, or, it's their, little TV time that you're giving them. Hop on there, 10 minutes, bingo, bango, it's done. So it doesn't have to be like this whole long thing where you're on there for hours networking. Just go in and have a specific plan and know what you're going to be doing when posts like that come up. Another big don't. So I've seen in not so much in our group, thankfully. I have to say we probably have, some of the most fabulous women in our group. But in some of the other groups, I have noticed that sometimes people are a little negative with their comments or even with their posts sometimes. And that's something that you really want to stay away from. And it's hard on social media because you don't always know what someone's intentions are. You don't necessarily know if someone's maybe just being sarcastic. But because of that, you want to steer away from any sarcasm or anything along those lines, because it can come across in different ways. If I know somebody personally and they say something and I'm saying, oh, they're being sarcastic, haha. But if I don't know this person, I've never met them, I've had no interaction, and they're coming across sarcastic to me, doesn't really leave the best impression. So really try and steer far away from negativity or sarcasm because it just does not come across well. The other thing I want to say is posting personal information or controversial information on your personal page. So I'm a huge fan of creating for like Facebook, let's say. Or even like Instagram. I have two different Instagram accounts. I have my personal page where I'm connected with all of my friends and my family. The same goes for Facebook. I have a personal Facebook page. All my friends, family, all of that. I'm connected with. But then I also have separate accounts. So I have a separate Instagram account for Mama's Gone Freelance. I have a separate business Facebook profile page for just networking and Mama's Gone Freelance. So I consider that my work Facebook page. And so that's something to really consider, because when you're thinking about it, people that don't know you, that you're getting friend requests from, or people that are going to be following you, or even potential employers, they're going to be seeing everything. And there's one person that recently sent me a friend request on Facebook. I don't know her. I just know her from like networking through other groups and stuff. And I wound up I shouldn't say unfriending her. I wound up unfollowing her because the information that she was putting out there, I really didn't like. And that takes a lot for me to stop following someone. But she would be putting out very controversial information, a lot of political information. And some of the information I agreed with, some of it I didn't. But it wasn't even that. It was the fact that I just found it extremely unprofessional. And so you have to kind of have that hat on that you might not consider it controversial. You might not consider it, in a bad light. But for someone that's never met you before, has had no interaction with you, it's going to come across differently. The same goes for like photos. So other than like a sweet photo with your child or, a sweet family photo, I don't, sharing photos on social media, you really want to be very specific with what you're sharing. So for like example, if I've never met someone before and I'm interested in maybe hiring them as a VA to help me out, and I go on their Facebook page or their Instagram or whatever, and I see a picture of them, completely innocent picture of them, sitting with having a drink with their girlfriend. It could be a completely innocent picture, but that's the only picture that I have in my mind, is this person sitting with a drink in their hand, So you really, really want to be cognizant of that when you are sharing, any photos, any comments, anything like that. Keep it really, really neutral. And then things that you should do. So things that you should do, I tend to see people don't always do these things. So people get frustrated. I don't know how to network online. No one's, I'm not able to find any clients online. Well, you want to make sure that you're actually giving knowledge, because if you see someone asking a question in a group, and they're saying, hey, like I have a specific question about social media. So many times I see people hopping on there and commenting and selling themselves. And those people aren't looking to maybe even hire someone. They were just asking for an answer to a question, and you just being appropriate, you going on there and just answering that question for them gives so much better of an impression than you going on and being like, yeah, I'm a social media manager and I can do this for you and I can do that for you and I know so much and these are my prices. It comes on way too strong, way too strong. And nobody wants that. I don't know anything about the knowledge that you have now because you're just pushing a sale down my throat. So when you see people asking questions, just answer it, and ultimately you will most likely wind up connecting with them because they're going to reply to you and say, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Another great thing that you can do is, okay, great. You've answered that person's question. Now what you want to do is you want to send them a friend request. And when they accept your friend request or follow them, whatever, you can send them a really quick message. And it's nothing which includes sales. You want to send them a quick message saying, hey, thanks so much for connecting. I can't wait to get to know you. And that little message is going to go over so much better than you just shoving a sale down their throat. So then they'll most likely reply. If they reply, then just start talking to them. Don't, you can tell them what you do, but do not talk about sales. Do not talk about what you can do for them. Those things will come up naturally. Yes, it's going to take a little bit more time, but ultimately you're going to get a much better result. In a couple of weeks from now, we're going to be talking about the law of attraction for business and clients, but the premise of it is putting out content that has nothing to do with your sales, has nothing to do with a product that you're selling. It's sharing your information. It's sharing your positivity, sharing gratitude, just sharing about your day or your struggles. And just by doing those types of things, people are going to want to know more about you. They're going to be much more interested in what you have to say and most likely will want to have those conversations and potentially hire you. And then a great tip that I recently heard of was using the search bar in Facebook groups. So I constantly hear from people, oh my goodness, like I'm just so overwhelmed. I don't know, I don't have enough time to be networking online. So a great way is, one, block out a little time every single week. You don't have to be doing this every single day, but block out like a little time, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, and then make a list of all of the Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups, whatever it is that you want to be showing your face, so to speak, in. So then go onto, let's say, Facebook, go into those specific groups, and then utilize the search bar where I have this arrow right here and say, type in different things like social media, webinars, I don't know, virtual assistant, tools, you can put different things in there, and then different posts that have those words in it are going to come up, and then you can quickly go through them, make your comments, like people's pages, and just do that, let's say for 20 minutes, and just don't do anything else. Don't see who's, your notifications or anything like that. You should actually turn your notifications off if you want and only keep them on for maybe certain people or certain groups that you really want to hear from. But when it comes to networking, this is a great way to just cut down on the time and go in there for exactly what you need, exactly what you're looking for, and then get on out. So those are some of my tips that I have used in the past and still use. I have a couple of super exciting announcements before we go. So one thing is, I know it's really hard to market when it comes to Facebook groups. It can be really, really frustrating sometimes because you do sometimes want to give out those salesy posts, but Facebook groups aren't going to allow that, and it's against rules and things like that. So I've come up with some marketing plans that you are more than welcome to take part in. So there's 3 different marketing plans that I'm launching. There's the mini boss, which is $30. You get 4 customizable posts that I create, and I'll be able to promote your product or services throughout the month with those 4 posts. The Mom Boss, which is $75, you get those 4 posts. In addition, you get a live webinar interview that we can do together. And then that interview stays on the Facebook page and then also goes on my YouTube channel. And then the Gold Digger is all of those things in addition to 1 blog post that summarizes our interview. It helps to promote your services and your product. So that is, I'm only going to be taking 2 people per month because I don't want the group to be overloaded with sales information or anything like that. But it is open starting for November, December, and January. So if you are interested in purchasing one of these packages, just email me at mamasgonefreelance@gmail.com. And then my last announcement is that we are having a flash sale this week on all of on my online courses in Mama's Gone Freelance School. So it is 20% off on all of my courses, my 6-week starter guide freelance course, and my Grow Your Business with Chatbots. I have both of those links in the description of this video. So hop on in, you'll be able to get 20% off, which is great. The sale ends on Friday at 11:55 p.m. So feel free to drop in. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, anything along those lines. And if you have any tips that you would like to share with networking, please feel free to drop them below. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.